All right, welcome back, everybody, to Jammin' Sports. It's going to be hard to top that last game as Miami defeats the Jets by a score of 31-28 on the final play of the game. We now go to our second game of our doubleheader. We'll head out to Denver, Colorado, a game in the AFC West. It'll be the LA Chargers and the Denver Broncos. The Chargers are 0-1. They lost to the Chiefs in Week 1. And the Broncos are 1-0 as they beat the Browns in Week number 1. Let's take a look at the standings. Misty is now 10-12. She's taking the Broncos in this one. Gracie is also 10-12, and she's taking the Chargers in this one. Waldo is now 7-5. Jax is an impressive 4-1. Penningetti leads the pack. He's 14-8. 6 games over. Evil Dead is now 10-12. 2 games under 500. Letting his son show him up here. I'm sure Evil Dead will get on a roll at some point. All right. If you're watching on YouTube, please follow, like, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell as we head out to Denver, Colorado for this one. Chargers and Broncos here at Jammin' Sports. Welcome into Mile High Stadium, Denver, Colorado. It's the Chargers and the Broncos. And welcome in to another NFL matchup here at Jammin' Sports. Great to have you along. Chargers at 0-1. Broncos at 1-0. Waldo and Penningetti taking the Chargers. Evil Dead has the Horseheads, the Broncos. Waiting on Jax's pick. I don't have Jax's pick yet. The Broncos will get the ball first. We're underway live from Denver. From the 4-yard line, Samson DeCarva over the 25. He gets leveled at the 26-yard line. DeCarva in his 8th year out of Missouri. And now the starting quarterback, Kyle Adams, in his 8th year out of Oklahoma State. I've got everybody's pick but Jax. Beautiful day here in Denver. Game time temperature about 77 degrees at the foot of the Rocky Mountains. First and 10, Denver. They'll have it at their own 26-yard line. 3 to the near side. Adams under center. Adams hands off to Duncan up the middle. And James Duncan to the 36-yard line. Nearly got the first down. A gain of 9 and about 9.5. Duncan, the 4th year back out of Ole Miss. It'll be 2nd and inches. Tackled by several Chargers. We'll give it to Cody Savage, the safety, the 4th year safety out of Oregon. Opening drive of the ball game. Just underway, live from Denver. Broncos come out. Adams in the shotgun on 2nd and inches. Adams looking, throws, and incomplete. He was looking for Samson DeCarva. Here's the Broncos offense up front. Andre Sparks, Barton Fitzgerald, and Elliott. And then it's DeCarva, Miles, Duncan, Vaughn, and Cruz. It'll be 3rd and inches for Denver at their own 36-yard line. Jax has the Horseheads going with the Broncos. 4 wide, 3 to the far side. Adams under center. Adams hands off to Duncan, and the Chargers are there. No gain. Tackle made by John Keith, the 7th-year defensive end out of Colorado. It'll be 4th and inches for the Broncos. Chargers defense gets a nice stop. Quarterback sneak it. Andrew Jamison, the punter, will punt it away for the Broncos. They elect to punt, and that's going to drop and roll into the end zone. Touchback, and the Chargers will have it 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line. Starting quarterback, Stephen Gardner, in his 9th year at the University of Houston. Spent 7 years with the Giants, primarily as a backup. Now in his 2nd year with the Chargers. His last season with the Giants, though, he was the starter and led the Giants to a division title. He led the Chargers to a wild card last season. They lost in the wild card playoff, though, to the Raiders. 1st and 10 Chargers at their own 20-yard line. Mile High Stadium, Denver, Colorado. Week 2 here at Jammin' Sports. Gardner in the shotgun on 1st and 10. Gardner hands off to Johnson. And that's Kylan Johnson, the former Giant, in his 10th year out of Tennessee. A couple of yards. Here's the Charger offense. Up front, McElvin, Myers, Vincent, Kennedy, and Williams. And then it's George, Fields, Johnson, Ruth, and Randolph. That's pronounced McElveen. I mispronounced it again. McElveen. He's the left tackle. It'll be a gain of 3 on 1st down. It'll be 2nd and 7 for the Chargers at their own 23-yard line. Gardner in the shotgun. Gardner hands off to Johnson again. And Kylan Johnson to the 28. Gain of 5. Let's take a look at the Broncos defense. They play a 3-4. Manning, Fuller, and Maxwell up front. Linebackers, Spencer, Pierce, Walker, and Stokes. And the secondary, Laws, Battle, Benjamin, and Scott. 3rd and 2 for the Chargers at their own 28-yard line. Gardner in the shotgun. Gardner draws back, throws, gets it outside to Jacoby George, out to the 34-yard line. A gain of 6, and that'll be a Charger 1st down. Jacoby George, the 4th-year receiver at the University of Miami. Coming over to make the tackle for the Broncos, number 24. That's Kendall Battle, the 11th-year safety out of Boise State. 1st and 10 for the Chargers at their own 34. 4 wide, 3 to the near side. Gardner under center. Gardner to Johnson. And Kylan Johnson up the middle. And Johnson out to the 42-yard line. A gain of 8. He's 2nd and 2. Benjamin and Scott on the tackle. Jeff Benjamin and Xavier Scott. He's 2nd and 2 from the 42-yard line. Gardner hands off to Johnson up the middle. And Kylan Johnson gets the 1st down. A 7-yard run out to the 49-yard line. That'll move the chains. If you missed the earlier game, you missed a barn burner. Miami scoring 24 fourth-quarter points to beat the Jets 31-28. They kick a field goal, a 51-yard field goal on the final play of the game with 2 seconds left. Gardner to Johnson, and Johnson will lose a yard back to the 48-yard line. Coming in to make the tackle, number 28, Connor Andrews, the second-year defensive back out of Texas. And that'll bring up 2nd and 11. Jax called it last game. That was a Jets choke if I ever saw one. I've not seen a team choke that badly in a long time. Jets had that game won. That's twice in a row the Dolphins won a game they had no business winning. It'll be 2nd and 11 for the Chargers now at their own 48-yard line. 3 to the near side. Gardner in the shotgun. Gardner to Johnson again. Kylan Johnson. 2 yards to the 50-yard line. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 9. Xavier Scott, the rookie out of Illinois, came up, made the tackle. Remember, all the rookies this season are from College Football 26. 3rd and 9 from the 50-yard line. Gardner in the shotgun. Gardner fakes the handoff. Gardner looking, throws deep. Caught by Broadway. Terrence Broadway all the way down to the 17-yard line. A 33-yard catch by Terrence Broadway, the 4th-year receiver out of VMI. First down, Chargers at the Broncos' 17-yard line. And Broadway was open, too. He was wide open. Breakdown of the coverage. First and 10 from the Broncos' 17. Everybody in tight. Gardner under center. Gardner to Kylan Johnson. 4 yards to the 13-yard line. Jackie Pierce on the tackle for the Broncos. The 4th-year linebacker out of Notre Dame. He's 2nd and 6 from the 13-yard line. Chargers come out 4 wide. This is a nice drive by the Chargers. This is their opening drive. Broncos had to punt. Gardner throws inside to Fields. Down to the 2-yard line. A gain of 11. Making the catch, Malachi Fields, the rookie out of Notre Dame. It'll be 1st and goal from the 2-yard line. I remember him from College Football 26 on Notre Dame. My last sim season I did. It's the Chargers' first-round draft pick. 1st and goal from the 2-yard line in the I formation. Gardner under center. Pitches to Fields. The other Fields, touchdown. A 2-yard touchdown run by Marcus Fields, the 3rd-year back out of Stephen F. Austin. And the Chargers march down the field on their opening drive and get a touchdown. I can't even differentiate between the two because both their first names start with an M. You got Marcus Fields and Malachi Fields. Oh well. We know who they are. Tyler Hines will come on for the extra point. Snap, kick is up. And it's good. Chargers lead it 7-0. 2:40 left to play here in the first quarter. Live from Mile High Stadium, Denver, Colorado. Week 2 here at Jammin' Sports. Last week, the Chargers got blown out by the Chiefs in Week 1 at home, 34-13. But they put together a nice opening drive here to take a 7-0 lead on the Broncos. Tony Caban will kick off for the Chargers, the 9th-year punter out of Miami. There's the kick. from the 2-yard line. Camaro on the return over the 20, 25, and he brings it out to the 27-yard line. Cameron Camaro, or Cam for short, the rookie out of Tennessee. First and 10 for the Broncos at their own 27-yard line. Trailing 7-0, 2:35 on the clock here in the first quarter. Kyle Adams, the quarterback, in his 8th year out of Oklahoma State. Broncos come out. Adams under center. Adams fakes the handoff, rolls out. Adams throws deep and is picked off by Parker Cameron, coming the other way for the Chargers. Brings it back out to the 48-yard line. Parker Cameron was a Bronco last season. In his 10th year out of Oklahoma State, picks it off for the Chargers and brings it back to the Denver 48-yard line. Parker Cameron for the Chargers spent 9 years with Denver, now in his first season with the LA Chargers. So the Broncos have to punt on their first drive, and they throw a pick on their second drive. Denver comes in at 1-0. They beat Cleveland last week, 21-16. It was a close game. Well, the Chargers now, they can make it a 2-possession game. They're starting in Bronco territory. Stephen Gardner, the quarterback. Can the Chargers capitalize? Gardner in the shotgun, 1st and 10. Gardner looking, throws, caught by Ruth, the tight end, Ben Ruth, all the way down to the 24-yard line, a 24-yard gain, and a first down for the Chargers. They don't have Jim Roush anymore, so Ben Ruth moves up the depth chart, the 5th-year tight end out of Texas, as Roush retired after 18 seasons. I was watching, it wasn't this morning, it was yesterday morning, I was watching a short documentary on George Blanda. You know, he played until he was 48. He played until 1940 or 1975. He was place kicking for the Raiders. Unbelievable. And he quarterbacked his final game. 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line. Gardner fakes the handoff. Looking. He's got all day. Gardner, look at this. Throws. Caught by Fields. Malachi Fields down to the 16-yard line. A gain of 7. It'll be 2nd and 3. In 1975, in the Raiders' final game of the regular season, they hosted the Cowboys. And Blanda came in the second half and quarterbacked the entire second half and threw 2 touchdown passes to Cliff Branch at the age of 48. 2nd and 3 from the 16-yard line. Gardner under center in the I formation. Hands off to Kylan Johnson to the 14, a gain of 2. It'll be 3rd and inches for the Chargers. Tackle made by Courtney Maxwell, the 5th-year receiver, or 5th-year defensive end out of LSU. 3rd and inches. 4 receivers set wide. Gardner in the shotgun. Gardner looking, throws, and Malachi Fields couldn't hold on. Pass was broken up by Carlos Laws, 8th-year defensive back out of San Diego State. And that'll bring up 4th down. So the Chargers, unless they want to try to go for it here, they'll kick a field goal. This would be a 31-yard field goal attempt by Tyler Hines in his 7th year out of Syracuse. From 31 yards. Snap, kick is up. And it's good. Chargers lead at 10-0. 57 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Live from Mile High Stadium, Denver, Colorado, week 2 here at Jammin' Sports. So the Chargers do manage to get points off the turnover. And they're up by 2 scores now, 10-0. Tony Caban will kick off for the Chargers. There's the kick. From the 4-yard line, Camaro brings it out to the 26-yard line. Cam Camaro, the rookie out of Tennessee. 1st and 10 for the Broncos at their own 26-yard line. I'll have our trivia question for you here in just a second. I need to get a sponsor for that. Like the Aflac trivia question. Aflac. 1st and 10 Broncos now. 4 receivers set wide. Adams in the shotgun.
Let's go. Brad 38. Brad 38.
Adams fakes the handoff, looks downfield, throws deep. Caught by Colt Cruz. And Cruz out to the 45-yard line, a gain of 19 yards. All right, here's our trivia question for today. This is in real life now. Name the 4 quarterbacks in NFL history that won a Super Bowl after first losing a Super Bowl. Only 4 quarterbacks in NFL history have won a Super Bowl after first losing a Super Bowl. Can you name all 4 of them? One is relatively recent. The others happened a while back. The 4 NFL quarterbacks who have won a Super Bowl after first losing a Super Bowl. Adams under center, everybody in tight. Adams looking. Adams throws, incomplete. And that'll stop the clock with 18 seconds left. It'll be 2nd and 10. See if you can answer that without Googling it. Name the 4 NFL quarterbacks who've won a Super Bowl after first losing a Super Bowl. Misty, you're not one of them. Aikman never lost a Super Bowl. Bradshaw never lost one. 2nd and 10 from the 45. Adams throws to Cruz. And Cruz to the 48. A gain of 3. Mahomes, no. Hold on. I have to go to a break. Manning won a Super Bowl and then lost one. And then won one again. Peyton Manning. The first Super Bowl Manning was in, he won against the Bears. Then lost to the Saints, then came back with the Broncos and beat the Panthers. At the end of 1, Chargers lead at 10-0 here at Jammin' Sports. And welcome back to Mile High Stadium, Denver, Colorado. We go to the second quarter. Chargers lead the Broncos 10-0. Name the 4 NFL quarterbacks who won a Super Bowl after losing a Super Bowl, their first Super Bowl appearance. Won a Super Bowl after first losing one. One is relatively recent, the others came a while back. 3rd and 7, Adams in the shotgun from their own 48-yard line. Adams looking. Adams throws, and it's incomplete. Broken up by Parker Cameron. They all lost their first Super Bowl appearance and then came back and won a Super Bowl later. It's another way of saying it. Len Dawson has won, yes, for the Chiefs. Super Bowl 1 He lost Super Bowl IV, they won. Andrew Jameson, Bob Greasy has won. The punt goes out of bounds at the 20-yard line. Greasy lost to the Cowboys in 6, beat the Redskins in 7. Elway, yes, is the third one. That is correct. There's one more. Relatively recent. There it is. Evil Day got it with Hurts. Very good. 7:51 left to play in the first half. Broncos down 10-0. Chargers have it 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line. Gardner hands off to Johnson, and Kylan Johnson out to the 24-yard line, a gain of 4 yards. It'll be 2nd and 6. Who do they play next week? Let's find out. Denver plays at Kansas City next week. And the Chargers will be in London to take on the Bengals. On 2nd and 6 from the 24-yard line. Gardner under center. The Broncos offside, free play, and Johnson gets taken down for no gain. We'll sort this one out.
Offside, defense.
Offsides on the Broncos. Bryce Stokes, the right outside linebacker.
Still 2nd down.
5-yard penalty. Be 2nd and 1 from the 29-yard line for the Chargers. 7:21 left to play here in the first half. Second and 1 for the LA Chargers. 3 to the far side. Gardner in the shotgun. Single back. Gardner looking. Throws deep downfield, and it's intercepted by Carlos Laws. The Broncos get it back at their own 42-yard line. The intended receiver was Aaron Hall, the tight end, the rookie out of Washington State. Gardner throws the pick, and the Broncos will take over. Actually, the intended receiver was Malachi Fields, my bad. I need to get a trivia game sponsor. Make some money on this thing. First and 10. Denver with a chance to get back in this game, down 10-0. They'll start from their own 42-yard line with 7:07 left in the first half. Here at Mile High Stadium, Denver, Colorado, week 2 here at Jammin' Sports. Adams in the offset eye. Adams drops back, throws, caught by Cruz, and Colt Cruz across midfield to the Charger 48-yard line. A gain of 10 in a Denver first down. Colt Cruz in his 13th year out of Texas. All 13 seasons with the Broncos. Your long shot player from Madden 18. Along with Devin Wade, but Devin Wade finally retired. He's no longer with the Seahawks. So Colt Cruz, the only long shot player still playing. First and 10. Broncos at the Charger 48-yard line. 5 wide. Adams in the shotgun, empty backfield. Adams looking. Adams throws, caught by DeCarva, and Samson DeCarva turns upfield, gets to the 35. A gain of 13 yards and a first down. 8th-year receiver out of Missouri. First down, Denver. Odell Briggs on the tackle for the Chargers. In his 10th year out of Wisconsin, the linebacker. First and 10 from the 35, 4 wide, Adams in the gun. First and 10, Adams. Duncan a draw play, and James Duncan to the 30, a gain of 5. And that'll bring up 2nd and 5. Odell Briggs again on the tackle for the Chargers. .550 and counting. here in the first half. Chargers lead at 10-0. Broncos on the move. 3 to the near side. Adams in the shotgun.
Here we go.
Adams to Duncan. And Duncan to the 27-yard line, a gain of 3. And that'll bring up 3rd and 2. Odell Briggs again on the tackle. Somebody else might want to help him out. 3rd and 2 for Denver now from the Charger 27-yard line. Adams in the shotgun, 4 wide. Adams to Jordan. Picks up the first down to the 18-yard line, a gain of 9 by Walter Jordan, the rookie out of North Texas. First down, Denver. The safety, Cody Savage, on the tackle. 5 minutes left in the half. 1st and 10 for the Broncos at the Charger 18. Chargers up 10-0. Broncos come out. Adams under center.
Here we go.
Adams hands off to Miles. And Lee Miles, 2 yards to the 16-yard line. 5th year back out of Auburn. Odell Briggs again on the tackle. Gain of a yard. It'll be 2nd and 9. Broncos come out. Adams under center.
Come on, let's go.
Adams looking. Throws. Caught by Kirkland. No, he couldn't hold on. Broken up by Davian Bush, 7th year linebacker out of San Diego State. It'll be 3rd and 9 from the 16-yard line. Sam Kirkland, the intended receiver, the 3rd year tight end out of Iowa State. 4 wide for the Broncos, 3rd and 9. Adams in the gun. Adams looking. Adams steps up. Adams rolls out. Fires to the end zone and incomplete. They were looking for Colt Cruz, and that was broken up by Parker Cameron. Actually, they were looking for Zach Vaughn, the other tight end, in his 4th year out of Oregon State. And now Braden Oliver will come on. This will be a 33-yard field goal attempt to get the Broncos on the board. Oliver in his 3rd year out of Utah. The kick is up. And good. Broncos are on the board. Chargers lead at 10-3 with 4:02 left in the half. Mile High Stadium, Denver, Colorado. Week number 2. Jammin' Sports. We'll be off tomorrow. We'll be back on Saturday. We'll have college football starting for you at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Saturday morning. We'll have 5 college football games for you. Then at 6 Eastern, we'll have an NFL triple header on Saturday. It'll be the Raiders hosting the Chiefs, the Rams hosting the Lions, and then the Seahawks hosting the 49ers. That's all on Saturday. Kickoff fielded by Terrence Broadway at the 1-yard line, out over the 25 and out to the 29-yard line. First down, Chargers. The Chargers. Say hi, Misty. She's waving, like you can see that. If you missed it earlier during the Dolphin game, she was trying to talk into my camera that has no microphone on it. The JS in the corner is actually a camera projection. It's not a regular overlay. But you were speaking into the camera like it had a microphone. It didn't have one. Gardner, the shotgun, 1st and 10. Gardner looking. Throws it deep. Incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10 from the 29-yard line. I have got my JS logo on a kind of a psychedelic blue background. Makes for a nice little corner piece up there. 2nd and 10 from the 29. Gardner under center. Gardner to Johnson around the outside. Kylan Johnson to the 30, only a yard before being taken down by Dante Manning, the 8th-year defensive end out of UCLA. And that'll be 3rd and 9 for the Chargers at their own 30. Broncos defense trying to get a stop. Chargers come out 4 wide. Gardner in the shotgun. Gardner looking. Gardner looking. He's got all day. Rolls out and gets sacked by Stokes back at the 21-yard line. A loss of 8 yards. Bryce Stokes, the 6th-year linebacker out of Southern Miss, formerly with the Saints, comes in and gets the sack for Denver. And the Broncos defense gets a stop. Chargers will have to punt. Chargers lead it by a score of 10-3. A chance now for the Broncos to tie things up going into halftime. Andrew Jamison Tony Caban, back to punt. I was looking at the kicker. From the 29, Cam Camaro on the return, brings it out to the 32. First down Denver, 2:53 left in the half. Plenty of time for the Broncos to tie this one up. That trivia question I got from earlier was from NFL.com. They have a trivia section now, which is cool. 1st and 10 from the 32-yard line. 4 wide, but in tight. Adams under center. Adams hands off to Duncan, and James Duncan gets thrown down at the 33-yard line. Gain of a yard. Tackle made by Emmanuel Sparks, the 3rd-year defensive tackle out of Washington. Coming up on the 2-minute warning here in the first half. 2nd and 9 for Denver. Adams in the shotgun, single back. Restrepo in motion. Adams looking, throws, and caught by Colt Cruz. All the way out to the 45-yard line. 22-yard gain by Colt Cruz into Charger territory. In his 13th year out of Texas. Finally make the tackle, number 21, Arsenio Gilbert, the 2nd-year defensive back out of Ohio State. That will probably take us to the 2-minute warning. And it will. Chargers lead it over the Broncos 10-3 here at Jammin' Sports. And welcome back to Mile High Stadium, Denver, Colorado. 2 minutes left in the first half. The Chargers lead the Broncos 10-3. AFC West battle here in week 2. Broncos come out. 3 to the near side. Adams in the shotgun. Adams throws, caught by Zach Vaughn. And Vaughn gets back to the line of scrimmage. No gain. It'll be 2nd and 10. Broncos in the hurry up. 4 wide. Make it 5. Empty backfield. Adams looking. Adams throws. Awkward pass. Incomplete. He had to throw it over his offensive lineman, and it was knocked down by Parker Cameron. Incomplete. They were looking for James Duncan downfield out of the backfield. It'll be 3rd and 10 for the Broncos at the Charger 45 with 1:41 left to play in the first half. What? 4 wide, Adams in the gun. Adams looking. Adams throws outside, caught by DeCarva out to the 36-yard line. A gain of 9 yards. He comes up a yard shy of the first down. It'll be 4th and 1. Gets out of bounds, stops the clock with 1:36 left. Let's see if the Broncos go for it or not. Or if they try a 53-yard field goal. They're going to try a 53-yard field goal. Braden Oliver comes out. We're at elevation. Snap, kick is up. And the kick is no good. He missed it to the left. It remains a 10-3 ball game in favor of the Chargers with 1:32 left to play here in the first half. There's time for the Chargers to do something now. They still have time. A minute 32 left until halftime, and the Chargers still have all 3 of their timeouts. At the very least, the Chargers should be able to get into field goal range. You would think. 4 wide, 3 to the far side. Gardner in the shotgun, 1st and 10. Gardner throws, caught by Jacoby George out to the 49. A gain of 6. That'll bring up 2nd and 4. Kendall Battle on the tackle for the Broncos. Clock is moving. They don't take a timeout yet. A minute 15 and counting. It'll be 2nd and 4. Chargers at their own 49-yard line. They come out 4 wide, single back. Gardner in the shotgun. Gardner looking. Throws outside. Caught by Ben Ruth. Pushing forward to the Bronco 45-yard line. A gain of 6. And that'll be a first down. And the Chargers take a timeout. They have 2 left here in the first half. It has been, to a degree, not a high-scoring game like our last one. Dolphins came from behind to beat the Jets 31-28. Dolphins scoring 24 fourth-quarter points to win that game. I still can't get over that game. Jets had that game won. They should have won that game. 1st and 10. Gardner in the shotgun. Gardner looking. Gardner throws. Caught by George. No, incomplete. Jackie Pierce, the linebacker, came up and defended that pass. 4th-year linebacker out of Notre Dame. Yeah, it ranks right up there. I know we're less than 2 weeks into the season, but yeah, those are the best 2 so far. 2nd and 10 from the 45-yard line. Gardner in the shotgun, 4 wide. Gardner looking. Gardner throws and caught by Aaron Randolph down to the 30-yard line. A gain of 15 yards to the 4th-year receiver out of Maryland, Aaron Randolph. Our dachshund Ginger not moving for Misty. She wants to lay on the pillow, but she's laying in front of it. 1st and 10, Chargers at the Bronco 30-yard line, 4 wide. Gardner in the shotgun. Evil Dead. Gardner looking. He's got time. He's got all day. Throws, dumps it off to Kylan Johnson. Johnson doesn't hold on. Jackie Pierce knocks that ball away. It'll be 2nd and 10 from the 30-yard line. Well, the two games that Jack said have been the best so far this season, Evil Dead says they both sucked ass. 2nd and 10 from the 30-yard line. Evil Dead's having a rough go of it right now, record-wise. 2nd and 10, Gardner throws, caught by Johnson, and Kylan Johnson down to the 22-yard line, a gain of 8. It'll be 3rd and 2. The Chargers take a timeout. They have 1 timeout left with 35 seconds. Evil Dead took the Broncos in this one. Evil Dead is 10 and 12. Jacks took the Chargers in this one. I think Jacks took the Chargers in this one. Let me go up and look. See if I can find it. Yeah, I can't find it. 3rd and 2. Gardner in the shotgun. That's right, he took the horses. Gardner throws to Jacoby George. Down to the 18-yard line, a gain of 4, and that'll be enough for the first down. Jacoby George in his 4th year out of Miami. I think there's a cat in the closet. Oh. I hear a cat clawing at a door somewhere. We have a timeout with 16 seconds left. Taken by the Chargers, their final timeout. They're in field goal range. 1st and 10 from the Bronco 18-yard line. It'd be a 35-yard field goal from here. Will they kick it now with 16 seconds or take a shot at the end zone? I would at least take a shot at the end zone. You have time to take a couple of shots, but it has to be to the end zone. You can't throw underneath. You don't have any timeouts left. Chargers lead the Broncos by a score of 10-3. On a beautiful day here in Denver. Week 2 of our seasons. We're still in September on the schedule. They're going to go ahead and kick the field goal. Tyler Hines from 35 yards to put the Chargers back up by 10. Snap, kick is up. And it's good. Chargers lead it 13-3. They're booing in Denver with 13 seconds left until halftime. Here at Mile High Stadium, Denver, Colorado, Week 2 here at Jammin' Sports. Once again, we'll be off tomorrow night. We'll be back on Saturday with college football at 11:30 Eastern. And we'll have NFL action for you Saturday at 6 Eastern. It'll be Kansas City at Oakland. It'll be Detroit at the LA Rams. And then San Francisco at Seattle. We'll be on the West Coast for all 3 games on Saturday. Tony Caban will kick off for the Chargers, up by 10. From the goal line, Cam Camaro over the 15, 20. And Camaro out to the 21-yard line. 9 seconds left until halftime. Let's see, who gets the second half kickoff? I think the Broncos, no, maybe, I forget. Who got the opening kickoff? Anybody remember? First and 10 Broncos from their own 21. Kyle Adams, the quarterback, under center. Adams to Duncan. And James Duncan out to the 32. The Broncos take a timeout with 3 seconds. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, the Chargers got the ball second and scored a touchdown after the Broncos had to punt. You're right. So the Chargers will get the second half kickoff. 3 seconds left. Let's see what the Broncos do here. Probably throw a Hail Mary or something. Yep, they got 3 to the near side. Adams in the shotgun.
Let's go. What? 90.
Adams draws back. Adams throws deep down the sideline into a crowd bouncing around. Incomplete. Halftime. Chargers 13, the Broncos 3 here at Jammin' Sports. And welcome back to Mile High Stadium, Denver, Colorado. Week 2 here at Jammin' Sports. Chargers come in at 0-1. The Broncos come in at 1-0. But the Chargers have dominated the first half. They lead it 13-3. And they'll get the ball first as we start the third quarter. Andrew Jamison, the 7th-year punter out of USC, will kick off for the Broncos. There's the kick. A yard deep. Terrence Broadway out over the 20. And Broadway brings it out to the 23-yard line. In his 4th year out of VMI. Stephen Gardner, the quarterback, in his 9th year out of Houston, comes back out to lead the offense. Up by 10. Chargers, if they score a touchdown, they can make it a 3-possession game. After this game, the Chargers will get on a plane and head to London. They'll play the Bengals in London in week 3. 1st and 10 from the 23-yard line. Gardner fakes the handoff. Watch out. He gets sacked back at the 13-yard line. A loss of 9. Courtney Maxwell on the sack. The defensive end in his 5th year out of LSU. Yep, the Chargers will play in London. And the Broncos will be at Kansas City in week 3. 2nd and 19 from the 13-yard line. Chargers come out in the eye. Gardner under center. Gardner draw play to Kylan Johnson up the middle, and Johnson out to the 22-yard line. He got 8 of the yards back. It'll be 3rd and 11. Carlos Laws on the tackle, the defensive back. Broncos defense trying to get a stop. 3rd and 11 for the Chargers. They come out 3 to the far side. Gardner in the shotgun.
Here we go now. 3-19.
Gardner fakes the handoff. Looking. He's got all day. Looking. He's got lots of time. And he still can't find a receiver. Incomplete. It'll be 4th down. The Broncos, the secondary on that play, made a great play. He was looking for Malachi Fields, but he was covered. And the Broncos force a 3-and-out. Toda Caban back to punt. That's what the Broncos wanted. Caban gets the punt away. Fielded at the 29 by Cam Camaro. He gets planted at the 30. And now the Broncos can make it a 1-score game with any type of score on this drive. They'll start from their own 30-yard line. 6:43 left to play here in the third quarter. Broncos come out. In the offset eye. Adams hands off to Duncan, and James Duncan makes his way out to the 36-yard line, a gain of 6 before being tackled by Parker Cameron. It'll be 2nd and 4. 6:25 and counting here in the third quarter. Chargers up by 10. Broncos come out on 2nd and 4. 3 to the near side. Adams under center.
Let's go.
Adams looking, throws, caught by Restrepo to the 42-yard line. A gain of 6, and that'll be a Bronco first down. Again, on Saturday, we'll have college football for you at 11:30 Eastern time, 11:30 in the morning. Out west, you got to get up early. That's 8:30 in the morning. We'll have 5 games for you. And then at 6 Eastern, we'll have NFL action for you. Out west, that'll be 3 in the afternoon. First and 10 from the 42-yard line. Adams under center. Everybody in tight. Adams hands off to Duncan. And Duncan picks up 2 yards out to the 44-yard line. Make it a yard. It'll be 2nd and 9. As John Keith, the defensive end, comes in and makes the tackle. 5.5 minutes left to play here in the third quarter. Chargers up by 10. Broncos on the move. Denver comes out 4 wide, 3 to the near side. Adams in the shotgun. Adams looking, throws, and it's knocked down. Broken up by Odell Briggs, the linebacker, in his 10th year out of Wisconsin. Looking for Xavier Restrepo, the 4th-year receiver out of Miami. Misty has said goodnight at 9:30 Central Time. 30 minutes late. Is that what you said? 3rd and 9 from the 44-yard line. 5 wide empty backfield. Adams in the shotgun. Big 3rd down. Adams looking. Adams throws near side. Incomplete. He overthrew his target. It'll be 4th down. And the Broncos will have to punt. Still trailing by 10. Andrew Jamison will come on to punt for Denver. Jamison gets the punt away. And that's going to drift into the end zone. Touchback. And the Chargers will have it at the 20-yard line. This game, not near as exciting as our previous game. As the Dolphins beat the Jets 31-28 on the last play of the game. The Dolphins kicked a 51-yard field goal to win it. Capping off a 24-point fourth quarter for the Dolphins to come from behind and win that game. 1st and 10 for the Chargers at their own 20-yard line. Gardner in the shotgun. Gardner looking, throws, caught by Randolph. And Aaron Randolph out to the 32, a gain of 12. First down, Chargers. Here comes Gracie. Say hi, Gracie.
Hi. Evil Dad and Penny getting the ball.
Jax is riding Gracie. 1st and 10 for the Chargers at their own 32-yard line. 4 wide, 3 to the near side. Gardner in the shotgun. Gardner fakes the handoff, looks downfield, throws deep, caught by Randolph. And Aaron Randolph out to the 47, a gain of 15. Another Charger first down. Chargers just dominating here. All Denver's been able to muster today is a field goal. Jeff Benjamin on the tackle, 8th-year safety out of Ohio State. Four 14 and counting. On 1st and 10, Gardner under center. Gardner to Kylan Johnson up the middle, and Johnson out to the 45-yard line. A gain of 8. Make it a gain of 7. It'll be bring up 2nd and 3. Jackie Pierce comes up and makes the tackle for Denver. Chargers just grounding it out here. I mean, where was this Chargers team last week? They got throttled by the Chiefs. But now they're throttling the Broncos in a sense. 2nd and 3 from the Bronco 45. Gardner in the shotgun, I should say. Gardner to Johnson again. Gets back to the line of scrimmage, no gain. As he's put down quickly by number 51. I think that was a 51. I didn't see who made. Brad. Yeah, it was 51. Bryce Stokes, the linebacker, on the tackle. It'll be 3rd and 3 from the 45 of the Broncos. In the I formation, Gardner under center. Gardner hands off to Lattimore. His first carry around the outside, out to the 33-yard line, a gain of 12. That's Marcus Lattimore, the 6th-year back out of Tulsa. Finally tracking him down and making the tackle, number 26, Xavier Scott, the defensive back. Who took the Chargers in this one? Waldo, Penighetti, and Gracie. So far, so good. Chargers are winning 13-3. And they have the ball, and they're on the move. 1st and 10 from the Bronco 33-yard line. 4 wide, 3 to the near side. Gardner in the shotgun. Gardner looking, throws, and incomplete. Looking for Ben Ruth, the tight end. And that was broken up by Kendall Battle, the safety. It'll be 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. We've had a decent crowd tonight here on this Thursday. I appreciate it. It's usually a tough night to get viewers this Thursday. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Gardner in the shotgun. Gardner looking, throws, and incomplete. It'll be 3rd and 10. He overthrew all his targets. On the right side, Ben Ruth was in the area, the tight end. 3rd and 10 from the 33-yard line. 2:34 left in the third quarter. Chargers come out 4 wide, single back. Gardner in the shotgun. Gardner looking. He's got all day. He throws and caught on the sideline by Fields down to the 17-yard line. As Malachi Fields, a gain of 16 and a Charger first down. Making the tackle, number 48, Devin Neal, the rookie safety out of Virginia. But that'll be a first down for the Chargers. .210 and counting. 5 wide, empty backfield. Gardner in the shotgun, 1st and 10. Gardner looking, throws, caught by Ruth. Nope, he can't hold on. Broken up by Xavier Scott. It'll be 2nd and 10 from the 17. 1:59 left in the third quarter. On 2nd and 10 from the 17. Gardner under center. Gardner to Kylan Johnson. And Johnson gets stacked up at the 15-yard line by Jackie Pierce, the linebacker. Gain of a yard. It'll be 3rd and 9 at the Bronco 15. It's a long Charger drive. Third and 9 from the 15-yard line. 4 wide. Gardner in the shotgun. Gardner looking. Gardner throws. Caught by Broadway. Touchdown, Chargers. A 15-yard touchdown catch by Terrence Broadway. And it puts the Chargers up 19-3. The extra point will make it a 3-score game. They found him open on the side of the end zone. Chargers are winning by a score of 19-3. And now Tyler Hines for the extra point. Kick is up. And it's good. Chargers lead it by 17. They're booing in Denver. 20-3. Chargers lead it with 1:27 left here in the third quarter. Live from Mile High Stadium, Denver, Colorado. Week 2 here at Jammin' Sports. On a beautiful day, a Rocky Mountain day. Temperatures in the upper 70s. We're still in September. The bad weather hasn't set in yet. Tony Caban will kick off for the Chargers. AFC West battle here today. There's the kickoff. From the 4-yard line, Samson DeCarva over the 20, 25, and DeCarva out to the 34-yard line. 1:22 left in the third quarter. 1st and 10 Broncos. Now down by 3 scores. It's going to be hard for the Broncos to come back. But we saw it last game. Let's not rule it out. We definitely saw it was possible. I haven't seen a team score that many points in the fourth quarter in a long time. That last game. 4 wide. Adams under center on 1st and 10. Adams hands off to James Duncan up the middle. And Duncan out to the 44. Gain of 10. And that'll be a Denver first down. 4th year back out of Ole Miss. James Duncan. Coming up on a minute left to play here in the third quarter. Broncos have it at their own 44, 1st and 10. Everybody in tight, single back. Adams under center. Adams fakes the handoff, throws deep, and is picked off by Parker Cameron. What a homecoming Cameron's having. Parker Cameron's first game back to Denver after being released by the Broncos. Picks it up. Parker Cameron spent 9 years with the Broncos. Got released during the offseason, picked up by the Chargers. And he's picked up 2 passes now on his first game back in Denver. You know what they say about payback, right? Chargers already up by 17, and they can increase their lead now. Broncos just falling apart here. Broncos played pretty well last week against the Browns, but it was the Browns. Browns are now 0-2. They lost to the Cowboys earlier this week. 1st and 10 for the Chargers. At their own 46, 4 receivers set wide. Gardner in the shotgun. Gardner hands off to Kylan Johnson. And Johnson picks up a yard to the 47. It'll be 2nd and 9. Jackie Pierce on the tackle, the linebacker. Down to 27 seconds left to play in the third quarter. 4 wide, 3 to the near side. Gardner in the shotgun, 2nd and 9. Gardner throws deep, incomplete. It'll bring up 3rd down. Looking for Ben Ruth, but it was off target, the tight end there. .13 seconds left in the third quarter. 3rd and 9 for the Chargers at their own 47. 4 receivers set wide. Gardner in the gun. Gardner looks. Gardner, again, he's got a load of time. Throws, dumps it off to Kylan Johnson. Crosses midfield to the 46-yard line. A gain of 7. We have an injury timeout with 4 seconds left. And it looks like the Chargers will punt. The Broncos get the stop. It'll be 4th and 2 from the Bronco 46-yard line. Tony Caban back to punt. On 4th and 2. Caban gets the punt away. And that will go into the end zone for a touchback at the end of 3. Chargers lead at 20-3 here at Jammin' Sports. And welcome back to Mile High Stadium, Denver, Colorado. We go to the 4th quarter. Chargers lead the Broncos 20-3. Broncos are going to have to score 3 times now in this final quarter. We saw the Dolphins do it against the Jets about an hour ago. On 1st and 10, 4 wide, 3 to the near side. Kyle Adams, the quarterback, under center. Adams looking, throws, and it's nearly picked off again. Looking for Zach Vaughn, and Reggie Sweeney, the safety, nearly had himself a pick 6. It'll be 2nd and 10 from the 20-yard line for the Broncos. Our cats have a case of the zoomies right now. 2nd and 10 from the 20-yard line, 4 wide. Adams in the shotgun. Adams looking, throws, caught by DeCarva. That flag is down as DeCarva goes down at about the 27-yard line. This may be a face mask.
Personal foul. Face mask.
It is on the Chargers. On Odell Briggs, the linebacker. Tack on 15 yards, and Denver has it 1st and 10 at their own 42-yard line. Down 20-3 with 7:54 left. Cats are running around. It's fun. First and 10. Broncos at their own 42-yard line. 2 backs in the backfield, flanking Adams in the shotgun. Adams looks, throws deep, caught by Restrepo, out to the 43-yard line as they cross midfield. A 15-yard gain to the Charger 43-yard line. Xavier Restrepo, the 4th-year receiver at the University of Miami. In real life, he plays for the Titans, but when we drafted him, he went to the Broncos. First and 10. Denver at the Charger 43-yard line. Broncos come out 5 wide, empty backfield. Adams in the shotgun. Adams takes the snap, throws, and he led his receiver too much. Looking for Zach Vaughn, the tight end. Incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10 from the 43-yard line. Zach Vaughn in his 4th year out of Oregon State, the tight end. 2nd and 10 from the Charger 43-yard line. 4 wide for the Broncos. Adams in the shotgun.
Here we go. White 90.
Adams looking, throws, caught by Colt Cruz. And Cruz to the 30. A gain of 13 on a Broncos first down. Parker Cameron came up, made the tackle. First down Denver as the clock ticks under 7 minutes. Actually, Odell Briggs made the tackle. Could have gone to either one. First and 10 from the Charger 30. Denver comes out 4 wide, 3 to the near side. Adams under center. Adams drops back, throws, and it hits a lineman. He was trying to drop it off to James Duncan, but it hits the offensive line. Incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10 from the 30-yard line. In the old days, that would have been a legal receiver penalty, but they changed it. Only if the lineman attempts to catch it do they call the penalty. 2nd and 10 from the 30-yard line. Adams throws, and it's nearly picked off. He overthrew Duncan, and Potter almost made him pay for it. C.J. Potter, the rookie linebacker out of Miami. Broncos have yet to solve their quarterback problem. Adams is an improvement over Braxton, but I don't think he's the long-term answer here. 3rd and 10 from the 30, 5 wide. Adams in the shotgun. 3rd and 10. Adams looks. Adams steps up. I think he got bumped as he was throwing. Incomplete. It'll be 4th down. Well, you're down by 17. You do need a field goal along the way. Might as well pick it up now. Make it a 2-score. Oh, they're going to go for it. 4th and 10 from the 30. They're going to eschew the field goal and try to get the first down. Adams in the shotgun. Draw play to Duncan. That doesn't work. Only gains 2 yards to the 28. It'll be a turnover on downs, and the Chargers will take over. 1st and 10 from their own 28-yard line with 6:26 left. Chargers up by 17, 20-3. Chargers will host the Bengals in London in Week 3. And the Broncos will make the trip to Arrowhead to take on the Chiefs in Week 3. Looking forward to that Chiefs-Raiders game on Saturday. That'll be the first game Saturday at 6 o'clock Eastern time. 1st and 10 from the 28-yard line. Gardner under center. Gardner hands off to Lattimore, gets outside, and Marcus Lattimore around the outside. Lattimore picks up the first down, 13 yards out to the 41-yard line. And he was dragging Courtney Maxwell the entire way, it seemed like. Well, not the entire way, but a significant portion of it. Coming up on 6 minutes left to play. Now they get it down to 5:43. Everybody in tight. Gardner under center. Hands off to Lattimore. And Marcus Lattimore gets stood up for no gain at the 41-yard line. Xavier Scott on the tackle. It'll be 2nd and 10. Chargers are going to even their record at 1-1, and the Broncos are going to fall to 1-1. Four wide. Gardner under center on 2nd and 10. Gardner throws, caught by Jacoby George. Crosses midfield to the 49, close to another first down. He's got it. A 10-yard gain. And that'll move the chains. 5 minutes and counting. Broncos pretty much powerless to do anything. Their defense can't get a stop. Got to give credit to the Charger defense, holding the Broncos to just 3 points today. First and 10 from the Bronco 49. Gardner hands off to Marcus Lattimore. 2 yards to the 47. It'll be 2nd and 8. Courtney Maxwell on the tackle. Now on 2nd and 8. Gardner hands off to Johnson up the middle, and Kylan Johnson picks up 4 to the 43-yard line. That's going to bring up 3rd and 4 for the Chargers. Can the Chargers pick up the first down here? As we're down to 3:22 and counting. 4 wide. Gardner to Johnson. Gets hit in the backfield. It's going to be a loss of a yard. Making the tackle, number 72 for the Broncos. That's Adam Walker, the second-year linebacker out of Baylor. Back to punt. Tony Caban for the Chargers on 4th and 5. And it goes out of bounds at the 15-yard line. That's where Denver will take over. The only drama left in this one is, can Denver get a touchdown? I don't think they have enough time to mount a comeback here. 2:42 left to play. Chargers up by 17, 20-3. We'll be off tomorrow. We'll be back on Saturday with college football at 11:30 a.m. We'll have 5 college football games for you. And then at 6 p.m. Eastern on Saturday, an NFL triple-header. 1st and 10 from the 15-yard line. 4 wide. Adams looking. Throws. Caught by Duncan. Turns upfield. And Duncan to the 14-yard line. Actually going to lose a yard. As number 94, Thomas Gore, came up. The 4th-year defensive tackle out of Georgia Tech. 2nd and 11 for the 14-yard line. Chargers played decent today after getting shellacked by the Chiefs last week. Coming up on the 2-minute warning, 4 wide. Adams on 2nd and 11, hands off to James Duncan. Out to the 19-yard line, a gain of 5. And that'll bring up 3rd and 6. And that will take us to the 2-minute warning. Chargers up 20-3 here at Jammin' Sports. And welcome back to Mile High Stadium, Denver, Colorado. 2 minutes left in this one. Chargers in charge, up 20-3. It'll be 3rd and 6 for the Broncos at the Charger 19-yard line. Both teams with 3 timeouts, but that's really academic at this point. 3 to the far side. Adams in the shotgun.
Let's go. 190. 190.
Adams looking, throws, incomplete. He overthrew Zach Vaughn. It'll be 4th down. Well, the Broncos kind of have to go for it. Well, they could kick a field goal. They're going to punt. No, they're not. They're too far. What am I thinking? Andrew Jamison gets the punt away from the 30-yard line. Fields brings it back across the 50, and Fields still on his feet out to the 43-yard line. Marcus Fields on the return. Well, I don't think the Broncos are going to call a timeout now. They're down by 17. They know the game's over. Chargers will just run some plays. They'll keep it on the ground, I'm sure, and just run out the clock. It's the smart thing to do. First and 10 from the Bronco 43-yard line.
All right, here we go.
Gardner hands off to Kylan Johnson. Johnson out to the 36-yard line, a gain of 8. It'll be 2nd and 2. And as I predicted, the Broncos not taking a timeout. They know the game's over. They just want to get out of Dodge. On 2nd and 2. Gardner hands off to Lattimore. They pick up the first down and more. Lattimore down to the 23-yard line, a gain of 13 yards. 1st and 10 for the Bronco 23. Again, the Broncos not taking a timeout. Jeff Benjamin came up, made the tackle. A poor showing for the Broncos here today. And a nice bounce back by the Chargers. This will probably be the last play of the game. In the I formation. Gardner hands off to Lattimore. Lattimore goes down. He's still on his feet. Down to the 14-yard line. Gain of 9. Make it a gain of 8. 2nd and 2. And the clock will just run out. Chargers 1-1. The Broncos are now 1-1. As the final seconds will tick away, your final score, the Chargers 20, the Broncos 3. Thanks for watching here at Jammin' Sports. We'll see you Saturday at 11:30 Eastern for college football. Good night, everybody.